If Woody had gone right to the police, this would never have happened.
Uh-oh.
So there are liberties being taken, like, there's going to be an increased amount of shit talk.
Oh, I have to remind myself I'm here willingly.
Catch one with a little bit of attitude, big guy?
Man, you champion son.
It's a kangaroo court.
How is the NFL a kangaroo court?
Could you please let me explain why?
No, I don't want to hear this garbage. Give me an answer to the questions I asked you.
What the fuck are we doing?
Come on with it, baby!
Thanks, boy.
I'll call you. I'll talk to you later.
Let's get to the scene,
All right.
right?
My undercarriage is sweating. Got some music playing. I'm kind of digging it. Let's get that going. Hey, what's up, guys? Third and Manageable podcast. Student Body right here. Swinging it over to my partner, as always, partner all season, partner all playoffs, partner on the couch. We're going over to Mr. Matt Diegert.
What's going on, guys?
On Twitter, at Matt Diegert. I'm at Student Body right. And we'd like to welcome in producer Ty. First show, bear with us. He's going to be taking your calls, taking your questions, taking your criticism, because we have a lot of things to admonish. We have a lot of things to sift through, and we have another one in the books, man. Matt, you've taken some time to digest where we're at. You've taken the time to consume what Twitter has to say, what your own brain has to say, and what the analytics have to say. Where do we start, Matt?
I mean, I watched both press conferences, basically 4 hours of Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott talking. And to be honest with you, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about either one of them in what they said on air, to the press. I commend Brandon Beane for sitting there for an hour and a half himself and taking questions and answering them. But it comes down to it is the team has to be better. They have to find a way to get over the hump, because they were right there. And everybody, sits there and says Josh doesn't deserve criticism or anything like that. He does. He truly does. He does need, some sort of criticism, because you can sit there and talk all the stuff about the refs, all the stuff about, the Chiefs are, cheating. They're getting the calls from the refs, and that's just not okay. Like
that's just a preview of what we're going to talk to him about tonight. Let's pay some bills, Matty. What do you say?
Go ahead.
For the best Italian food in Western New York, Elliot Apollo's, call 716-825-3675. The Lardon Construction Group.
Fubo TV, the official streaming service of Do Champions. FanDuel, the official sportsbook of Do Champions.
For all your summertime needs, beauty pools, as well as kayak pools.
CX Chronicles, your total customer solutions focused manager. W.GG, the official energy drink of Do Champions.
Hey, Sons of Erie, our artwork looks better on your walls. Hamburg Brewing, please visit our tap room on Boston State Road, Hamburg, New York. And finally,
Fat Boy Surf Club for all your surfing needs.
So there it is. We got, Matt, I'd like to thank the sponsors for all season rocking with us, man.
Absolutely.
We couldn't do it. First one to Do Champions in the books. Man, it would have been great to would have been great to finish the job.
It really would have. It really would have felt wonderful to finish the season with the holding the Lombardi.
Yeah, and to wrap, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet to enter the next phase of doing what we got to do here. I know you sent the tweet. We didn't do a post game after the show, Matt. It's going to take me a little bit to gear up for this next class of prospective Buffalo Bills. I think it's important to take a moment and not look to reinvent the wheel. I think Brandon Beane encapsulated it the best. Keep chipping away. Because, Matt, What's it hard to do in the NFL? It starts with a W.
It's hard to win in the NFL. It truly is. I mean, you got
to be healthy.
22 other guys on the field. You
got to be healthy. You got to be relentless, and you gotta get lucky.
And sometimes that isn't even enough. Sometimes that's truly not even enough because like I started to say with the criticism of Josh. I mean, no matter what happened, he had the ball with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left, down 3.
So.
That's something you practice in your backyard when you're 10.
I'll do you one better. If you would have told me at the start of that game, and I want both of your guys' opinion on this, if you would have started me both that game, I would have foregone every single possession before that, and I would have took just that drive, and I would have thought it would have been a better outcome.
So would I. So did I. And
3 timeouts.
So did I, and I mean that's really what it comes down to is in those situations, and that's why it comes down to it. Where number one, why wasn't James Cook on the field? Like he had 139 yards. I mean, why isn't one of your best players on offense on the field? Why is Dalton Kincaid the one running down the field to try and catch that ball?
Guy, because I'm not going to go in and start my criticism with Joe Brady there.
No,
he did it all season, and everybody eats. The reason is because we entrusted. We won so many damn games playing our brand of football. We just didn't win this one. I will tell you this, Matt, and I want your opinion. Mm-hmm. And this is my harshest critique. My harshest critique. We don't deserve to be in the Super Bowl if you can't convert on 4th and 1. You moaned. Ty, you moaned.
Sad. It's fucking sad.
Well, that wasn't the moan you gave me. Give me more. Do you think both of you guys deserve to be on the Super Bowl? If you can't, and I'm not even talking about the last one. You can go to the Sky Judge, whatever. By the way, I got to meet that guy.
What does he do? Like at this point, it feels like it's a mythical character.
I think I sent that tweet. I want to be the Sky Judge in my next life, one that just presides over fucking nothing. It's unbelievable. But I'm serious. Good teams get the job done. That's the reason why it's the brotherly shove or the tush push or the snowplow or whatever. And we just didn't get it done too many times. But I think our 4th down production was like 40%. That's not the team we were prior to that game. And good teams convert in crunch time.
I still will go to my grave and say that he picked that up and I'm sorry.
Who gives a shit?
I do. That's one of the things I didn't want to turn the show into.
But dude, if a game
ripping on the refs,
it's not ripping. I'm not ripping on the refs. It's not that call. That call. It was called the way it was on the field, and I don't think there's enough refutable evidence on that tape to say definitively that he got across. So they went with the call on the field.
It should have never been that way on the field. It should have never been.
You got to expand on that.
So the FAR judge. Is the one who had a look at the ball.
But they
hold on.
Okay.
He's the one who had to look at the ball.
You're gonna have to referee this.
He's the one who had to look at the ball. He's the one who initially marked him with a first down. They went with the spot from the guy on the backside who didn't have a view of the ball and clearly doesn't see anything, and they went with his line.
I have a gun to your head right now.
Yeah.
And only God knows the truth.
Okay.
If you're wrong, I pull the trigger.
Okay. Pull the trigger.
Did he make it?
Yes, absolutely. 100%. I will tell you till my dying breath that he made it.
He made it. He made it. It's over. He made it.
Take your feelings out of that.
Has nothing to do with feelings.
Yeah, it has everything to do with feelings.
It has nothing to do with feelings.
How could it not?
What are
because
your
I
thoughts?
clearly saw
Okay.
I clearly saw the ball cross the plane.
From your couch.
Yes, absolutely. And clearly, from above, whatever this mythical creature does, why isn't he calling down to say, I have a better view of it? He clearly...
Because he
Where's
hasn't
the
done
chip? Where's the chip?
Because he hasn't done it all season.
Where's the microchip?
Can you raise me and Mike's the slider volume for me and Mike or for me and Matt? Yo, because he hasn't done anything like that all season, man. He just hasn't. Camera here. My camera.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Cool. Fucking Sky Judge.
We're all upset.
Guys, we're having it. Hey, yo, Matt, ready? Cancun on 3. But that's what it was. To recap the season here, the Buffalo Bills. We're ending at quarterback Josh Allen of the offense. 307, 483. 63.6% of the completion rate. For a grand total, how many yards do you think he threw for?
274.
No, I'm talking about the season.
Oh, for the season?
Yeah.
Oh,
3,700.
I was going to say 37.
7.7%. I think that has a lot to do with the guys he surrounded himself. The king of the yak, Khalil Shakir. The king of the swing check. The king of the tunnel screen. Re-sign Matt Collins.
Yeah, please re-sign Matt Collins. We'll start getting into the free agency stuff.
Too early.
Starting after the Super Bowl. We're taking a couple weeks off ourselves. One show, but 2 weeks total. And we're gonna have some great guests coming on to kind of discuss that.
Greg Thompson, Ryan Talbot. Yeah, fantastic. But defense allowed a total of 1,000 yards in the season. 1,008.
On the season, that's a lot.
Just the regular season.
That's too little.
Oh, too little. Is that wrong? 1,000.
Maybe that's playoffs.
Yeah, that is just the playoffs. Sorry. The postseason performance, man. We found ways to win more complicated games than the one we lost. It felt like everything was right in front of us, and we got the game we knew we were going to get. Was anything surprise you at that game?
No. Down to everything. Even
down to how we played it.
Yeah.
Every single time, the way we played it in the postseason.
Yeah, I truly don't want to be that guy.
The window is Josh.
Yeah, I mean,
is that ever more clear?
Yeah. As long as they have a healthy Josh Allen, even an injured Josh Allen, that can still play, is going to keep this window open. I mean, we finished 13-4. How else are you going to sit here and say that Josh Allen is not the window?
I swear it's a tie. What questions and what answers are you left with? What answer are you left with the season that you can hang your hat on and this is who we are? And what question?
We'll try and answer something.
Yeah. What question are you left with? What do you definitively know about this team moving forward, and what are you definitively questioning about this team going forward?
It's always going down to Patrick Mahomes, and I think you need a lockdown defense, and that can be a lockdown corner, Revis Island back in the day. It could be a lockdown defensive lineman because they're light in that end. It can be anything. It can be get out of here with
Sounds
DeMar
like that's
Hamlin.
a question in it. It's a question in it.
Well, hang on now. And DeMar Hamlin, I love the story. He came back, beautiful story.
He's not the answer. He's not the answer.
He's average at best.
He's a good
and,
he's
and
a
another
good
thing, another thing too.
Serviceable.
The guy that they drafted to be the man-on-man coverage, he's got to go. The guy from Florida, he's got to go.
I mean, it's
at what point? Okay, I'll do this. At what point do you want to talk about it? That's gonna hurt for me.
Yeah, it's
gonna
hurt for me too.
He's for anybody whatever. We'll keep it moving. He's the homie.
Yeah,
but I'm not defending. It's just they picked on him, and I didn't see anything egregious. Anything egregious, but I didn't see first round play.
Yeah, no, and that's what they drafted, and unfortunately, we've all said it. They panic drafted Kyrie Elam at that point because they clearly, for whatever reason, wanted Trent McDuffie. I mean, that's whether they come out and say it or not. I mean, you see what he's doing. You see what he's doing. In Kansas City. You truly see what he's doing in Kansas City, and that's the player they could have had, and they traded up, just ahead of us to go pick him. And Brandon Beane, he panicked and took for need rather than.
Well, you know what I say. You draft based on 4 things, right? Right. Best available when available versus need. Best available when available versus depth. Best available when available versus talent. Best available when available versus cultivation.
Right.
Which one does he fall over? Was it cultivation and need? Sure. Trey was dealing with his things, and we thought we could really develop into a 2-valve corner. He was playing so off the ball and bail. Yeah. That's just not a set. But I don't think he was the problem at all. I think he got picked on a little bit, much as like everybody else did. He just we demand Highlands draft picks, and I just don't want another scenario, a stupid scenario, where there's this narrative that Bean falls asleep in the first couple rounds, and we always only get value from 3 to 6.
No, well, that's kind of how
it's lazy.
It is lazy, but that's truly how the draft is supposed to be. Like, anyways, is your high end players are not your value players. Those are the guys that are supposed to turn into elite to superstar type players. Then your rounds 4 through 6, 4 through 7 are your valued guys. Christian Benford, he got taken in the 6th round. Like you can't sit here and go against that. Like that value came down, and it truly is. That's, and we'll get into the draft more when we go through it. I know Dan Kelly's going to cop on when we do our draft preview show and stuff like that. No. Former scout of the New York Jets, worked under Bill Parcells. Yeah, I really like him too. Good dude. And he'll tell us what he's seen, and go over some of that stuff when we get to the draft.
Because you know why? It's good to be seen.
It's good to be seen.
And I just want to bring it up here. We want to thank all our guests, all the guests we've had on. And briefly, I got a little bit of cut up. If you missed us, here's some of Maddie and I's favorite moments. Check it out. Nothing but illustrious guests. Student Bear right here. Matt Diegert. Here we go.
I have to remind myself I'm here willingly. To select Don Beebe, and I go, who? And then they said from Shadron State, and I go, where? It was brutal.
Two champions.
Yo, sorry it took so long to bathroom.
No, you're fine. Now, I don't know if you remember me. What's up? I don't know if you remember me. Are we live? You're live. This is Steve Ricci from Better Lovers, and every time I ride. Oh, hey, thanks for having me. Yo, what's going on? Oh, I pitched you on the ground. You want to know why? Hey, I would not sit in that chair unless you move forward. You're right. Oh! Oh, my God. Are you all right? Hey.
Sometimes we like to beat things into people's heads for super saturation. Case in point, fuck Jarvis Landry.
My oldest brother had a bachelor party in Toronto, and I was like, did it to the 11th hour, and we were really just putting the final puzzle pieces together, and I was driving, and it was me in the front seat, and my other brother in shotgun, and then I had my 2 buddies in the back seat, and I was like, hey, just to let you know, there might be a final call that comes through.
Well, thank God you're with your core counsel.
Yeah, got my shithead buddies.
Student, what are we doing?
We're having Don Beebe on the podcast.
We're live from Million Apollos, and we're happy. My life is a movie where nothing goes wrong.
Is it kind of nice getting back to now with the Giants, your hometown team?
Never watched football growing up. So
Dude, come on!
I'm serious.
You can't be this talented and be this lax. You can't be this talented, this lax.
Fun fucking year, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun.
Let's recant real quick. Who's your favorite guest?
Somebody that you actually didn't put in the video there.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Mac Diesel.
Yeah, Keith McPherson. Definitely one of my favorite guests of the year.
Talk to me about, like, dead serious. Talk to me about Keith's story and how much it resonated with us in starting this network, man.
Yeah, I mean,
well, let's talk about who Keith is. First of all,
yeah, I mean, he does KM to AM on WFAN,
biggest terrestrial radio host,
one of the best that I've definitely check
took
him
over
out.
From Francesa,
check him out.
Yeah.
Keith, I think it's Keith_McPherson on Twitter. Definitely check him out. Because he's been doing StreamYard and stuff like that with his KM to AM. He's been testing it out.
Syndicated Chicago, syndicated in Dallas, syndicated in New York City, syndicated in LA, syndicated in Miami. He's one of those cats where I've known him for a long time, and that was like one of the rawest, most fun interviews. So that was for you. Mine might have been Matt Glos. Matt Glos was really just to get that agent perspective, or even I'll even throw it off me when Jake interviewed Jeremy Surlis, because he's now an agent. What has from leaving Built in Buffalo and leaving your independent cast and stuff like that, what have you learned in forming this company with me and tying it to the Bills and everything like that?
Hey, here's why you suck. No.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, we got to stop letting you have a drink on set. So I mean, that's
well. Clarify
like
what
not
that means.
Not an actual alcoholic beverage, but an actual
no drinks on the desk.
No drinks on the desk.
Yeah,
because
This is also coming from the person who green lit me, getting you to film a podcast in a hot tub. What an electrical hazard! Shout out Beauty Pools.
Yeah. That was definitely that was an experience. I'll definitely say that. But
you want to do a quick student story time? Sure. I was texting some of the boys, you know, the homies, the big old linemen. I was texting Alec and I was texting Tommy and stuff like that, and we were talking. I'm like, "What's your plan for the next couple of weeks?" Obviously, they have the O lineman trip, you know, with all the fines. I think this is for public consumption. They have the SFR fine book that Dion runs. It's a stupid fucking rookie fines for the arbitrary fines, and they all take an O lineman trip. And for a lot of those people, that's the last time they're going to get together. But it's amazing. And what I saw different out of this team this year is the behind the scenes camaraderie. Mm-hmm. They're all playing Catan together. They're all playing poker together. You know, they're all eating dinner together and stuff like that. Matt, if I can swing it to you, how palatable was it last year to this year in terms of the close-knit fabric that never fell apart at the seams, even with such heartbreaking losses as the Houston Diggs distraction?
Yeah.
You know, we never got too high when we beat the Chiefs the first time, and how it bleeds into the fabric of getting a guy like Ryan Fitz back here, getting a guy, you know, the way Eric Wood talks about like Cromer and stuff like that. What did you take away? Because it's certainly a mainstay of which I hope stays. The camaraderie behind the scenes that we kind of got a lens into a training camp.
Yeah, I mean, the camaraderie is huge with this team. I mean, because you clearly saw it's night and day difference. It was night and day difference from 2023 to 2024. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, they actually felt like a team, like not just individual players.
A-Will talks about the brotherhood, bro.
Yeah,
he talks about the brotherhood, and it certainly felt like a brotherhood, man. And it was great to watch, especially on an insider lens. Like we were talking to Clayton. He's like, I love eating with the guys.
Yeah.
But they are aware that some of those people are not going to have a place at the table next year just by the nature of how a team grows and stuff like that. How many people do we have right now unrestricted coming up? 18?
I'm not 100% sure.
Ty, if you could check that
on the number.
real quick. How many people are going to be free agents for this team? It's going to be sad, man.
I mean... It is.
We've spent seasons with them, but this team in particular, they deserved more than they achieved, and that's not a slight. It's just remember when we said like the year to win it was the year to win it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Was this the year to win it, or was this just this just a precursor? Is this just a precursor? Tell me it's a precursor, dog.
It's a precursor. No, like honestly though, I mean, because each team is going to be different. Each team is going to be, built differently. Each team is going to have different, camaraderie, things like that. Because you saw it last year when Connor McGovern came in, and he started having the guys over for like his pizza night, and doing the pizza night, and then that kind of lasted through this year too. And who's the next player that's going to bring something?
Well, because Gabe left. Gabe's poker night stopped, and they picked it up, and they kept the continuity of brother. Producer Ty, you had something for us?
The Bills don't have a large number of free agents. It's 12.
Louder.
The Bills don't have a large number of free agents. It's 12 unrestricted agents and 2 restricted agents and 2 exclusive rights.
Yep.
So we tied up Vandy.
Yes, that was one of the ones that definitely is important.
Me. You know what killed me? You know what fucking killed me? And I'm dead serious that it really angered me. There was, after we came here,
the StreamYard screen.
Oh, is he not using Stream Deck?
No, he is.
You had me look up that shit.
I know, but can you hit the camera to go to me? It's totally fine. I don't even mind about this. Great. Awesome. We're growing as a team here, too. You know what killed me? You need to pay attention to me. You know what killed me? The day after we extend Ryan Vandermark, and there's a typo.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Yeah.
We're re-signed Ryan Vandermark. It killed me. I'm not playing a character. I'm not playing student. This is my real self. It killed me.
It killed me, too. Like, I'm not the best in, English person, as you can clearly tell by the way I speak sometimes, but, we are re-signed Vandermark. Like, come on. Like, that's one of the easiest things to, like, that's not even, like, as egregious as, that's not even as egregious as there.
I totally hear you, man. It's not, but it's just not the one for that. It's just an error that's like, it's just so fun. It's just crazy. It definitely added salt to the wound, man. Maddie, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to be better? For this fan base we've acquired. By the way, thank you for everybody who's subscribed. We've seen such an uptick and stuff like that, and we're doing it the right way and stuff like that. But the thank you for all the guests. When you saw that graphic that we put in of all the guests we had, did you take a step back and be like, wow, we can take this further?
Yeah, I mean, it really does. It does feel like we can take it further. I mean, I want to bring more of numbers type stuff, more analytics type stuff into the network next year. Because I mean, we saw it didn't get real traction until probably halfway through the season with the ref report. But something as simple as that, like really kind of showed what was going to be on the field on that side of things. And then also when we started doing the offense and defense reports, those were nice too, to show what types of things that they were seeing on the field.
Give me a top 5 on that graphic right now. For people, I'll go first. Definitely Talbot. Definitely Eric Wood. Definitely Teddy Cottrell. Definitely Matt Glos. Definitely A. Will. And
that's 5.
I got to go one more. K Mac. What about you?
Mine are going to be in no specific order: Eric Wood, Ryan Talbot, Aaron Williams for sure, and then Teddy Cottrell was actually a really good one for me too, and then Don Beebe, and even Frank Reich too.
I mean, Uncle Bud is great too.
Yeah,
we'll see more of Uncle Bud.
Yeah,
because he's still got it. I want to pivot real quick because you're going to see us a lot in the off season. We have a deep partnership brewing with Poncho's Army. Be Cool Fool. He's running that, and that was one of my favorite events.
Yeah,
my charity event. We're raising all that money. More details will come out. I think we're going June 1st for that, Matt.
Okay.
June 1st, coming out and meet all your Buffalo Bills. Gear up for another season. I can't believe we're saying gear up for another season. But talk about for a second how amazing it was to start tethering ourselves to Poncho's Army, an army that was started by Ezra Castro, who unfortunately succumbed to cancer. Talk about what they're doing, man, and why we want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just it's a lot of things. It's the backpack drive. It's the what they do for the community. It's everything
Kids.
it's everything that they do for the people that can't do the things for themselves. And that deserve more than what is being given to them.
They're giving the community everything they need,
and nothing they don't.
Man. So it's just walking around. I had my oxtail for the first time.
Oh man, let me tell you, man, that food at that event was amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely
if there was
amazing.
any confusion for any of the listeners that I was diagnosed with autism at 30 years old, watching Matt put a foreign meat in my mouth.
That sounds great.
Yeah, just thank you for producer Ty. Yeah, I'm getting a little shrill looks, but that was fantastic. The Mafia House, man. The Mafia House to me was always kind of like, I'm not a Bills Mafia guy.
Right.
Too many characters, too many people, garnering attention that don't wear eye black. But I could not have shifted my thinking more than in meeting Anthony and Be Cool Fool. So I just want to take some time. Shout out to you. Who's someone that you met this year in person that was really really at value add to your life and to this network. I have one, and you can do yours.
Yeah, I mean, mine honestly is going back to Anthony. Be cool fool. Like you know, it really was a huge value
Selfless.
add to just see what types of things that he did and what types of things that he was still doing with Pancho, even that he's been gone for so long, now, and he hasn't let his aura die.
Mine's probably Vic.
Yeah, Vic. Oh, yeah.
Remember he was just like, I'm on a time limit, and we had that moment, and we got the best bits out of him. That was like when we could move shit. And I'd say it's tied with Mr. Ryan Talbot. Matt will drop it right now. February 15th, where you're going to see Mr. Ryan Talbot.
As long as everything goes through with him, and we'll be having him
It's
live.
It's called an emotional hedge, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be live in person with him at Iliad Apollo's.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to getting his take. He keeps the main thing, but man, he gave us some perspective and insight in covering the Bills and how to be pragmatic and stoic and try to look through it for a reporting prism, while at the same time being a diehard a fan. I'll swing it to Ty. There was like a really, really cool piece of clothing that someone in our life gave us. It was Avenge the 90s. Win one for our dad. How much do you think that sentiment kind of resonates with the jaded fan? And we're getting to the age where we're becoming our parents' age when they went through those 4 falls of Buffalo. Kind of how much do you feel like that people are going to exit this world without one? Unfortunately, and how do you keep it forward?
When you got
Turn yourself
17,
up. All the way up.
When you got 17,
Your camera.
There's no doubt in my mind it's gonna happen. He's the best person from Buffalo, and you know what? When you have that guy as your
Switch your
quarterback,
camera on for you, Tyler, your camera,
and you got that baller Brandon Bean. I mean, he's gonna make it happen. Like I said before, I think they need some shutdown things on defense, either a corner or a big time guy that's gonna show up with some sack numbers this year. They're gonna make it happen. As far as Coleman and how he didn't produce, he's gonna make it fucking happen next year. He's a baller.
Cool. You want to jack my volume? Louder. So one of the ways I wanted to kind of add to the show, just a touch, a little bit. Where's this? I like how informed this thing. Actually, there we go. Matt, I'm going to throw it to everybody in this room. Everybody has to have an answer. Bring me back one legendary Buffalo Bill. Can you hear me on the headphones?
Yeah.
Okay, great. One legendary Buffalo Bill that you thought could have pushed us to the Super Bowl. Add him to this roster.
It's easy for me. It's Bruce Smith. It's Bruce Smith, 100%, because he's probably getting 3 or 4 sacks on Mahomes. Like, no offense to, that, but that dude was relentless.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna switch camera over to Ty. Ty, make sure volume's jacked.
Big time favorite, Stevie Johnson.
Ty, jack Matt's volume. Yeah. Stevie Johnson, you think would have had okay, Matt. Let's gang up on the new guy. Stevie Johnson, you think would have had a tangible effect? It would have pushed us to the Super Bowl if he was on the roster. Explain yourself, fool.
Fitz,
Speaking
I love
to the camera.
Fitz, I love you.
Speaking to the camera.
But I wish you were better. Yeah.
No, you're speaking into your own camera.
Yeah, dude, right there. Got it. Bro.
He doesn't believe that. He's looking straight at the ground and be like, I fucked up. You know who I think it would have been?
No, I'm going with Stevie Johnson. And I think if he had, I love Fitzy. I love him to death. Love him that he shows up. He does that beginning thing at the beginning of the game. Takes his shirt off, fucking drinks a beer. Awesome. Love Fitz. Went to Harvard. He's awesome.
He went to Harvard.
Did he go to Harvard?
Chris Hogan plays lacrosse. Jack Nicholson's son doesn't wear gloves. We got it.
Grandson.
Okay, yeah, all that is awesome. But Stevie Johnson is very underrated. Go.
No, he's absolutely underrated, but I don't think that he's doing the things that, I don't think he's catching. He dropped the one in Pittsburgh, against Pittsburgh. I don't think that Stevie Johnson's making this team that much better that they get over the hump. It's because it's the offense still put up 29 points. They still did their job.
I have a weird one.
Go ahead.
Can I encapsulate this player with the play of one game if we had him on the roster playing at that rate? Lawyer Malloy, when he got cut from the Patriots, and we had the Patriots at home week 1.
Yep.
Tell me I'm wrong. If we could encapsulate one game, one player, and add him to this roster, it'd be Lawyer fucking Malloy. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong. And that's almost like if you add like the Chiefs had cut a player the week before.
It'd be like Tyrann Mathieu.
AFC Championship
I was at his draft
game.
party.
Were you?
The Honey Badger, yeah.
Honey Badger.
I was at his draft party. It was at SL nightclub in Meatpacking District in New York City, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work out. Hey, and that's weird. I was student body wrong, not student body right.
Yeah.
No. So, Matt, you talked to a lot of players this year. You had a lot of takes. What take are you most proud of? That materialized because you had a lot of good ones. You had a lot of good ones. What take are you most embarrassed of? I'll know what that answer is. And what take are you most proud of?
I'm actually not embarrassed by it, but I mean, it was probably my worst take of the year. But
why don't you explain to the listeners what it was?
I said at the beginning of the season that I thought that Von Miller would have had 10.5 sacks or more than 10.5 sacks. And he seemed to be on that path until he got suspended, unfortunately. But that's probably the one that
and that's the one that hurts the most.
That one
no. That's the one that hurts the most.
Yeah, it did.
Because if that would have materialized, we're playing the Super Bowl. The macro contract we signed Von Miller to
be a closer, to be that guy. Didn't close. Did not close, and they're back in that position of giving up 32 points to the Chiefs, and
was that a sellout? Was that a sellout, and we got sold out, or was that a missing piece that at some point we don't understand? Like when you put together a puzzle and you start with the edges.
The missing piece was the Von Miller from 2022 before the Lions injury, or before the injury that he had against the Lions on Thanksgiving Day. You get that Von Miller back, then we're probably still talking and setting up for the Super Bowl right now.
But what would have pushed us forward is defensive stalwart. That's every single game, and that just wasn't what.
No, that's not what anybody on the defense was. I mean, we had guys that like Terrell Bernard. He surprised a lot of people
because we didn't go chasing waterfalls.
Correct, and
brilliant. Brilliant.
Matt Milano coming back and being
fucking move.
Almost back to that All-Pro form.
He was. Dog. First the Chiefs. Dog was back.
Yeah.
That face masking call was fucking egregious, but whatever. It happens in the heat of battle. That's when someone's playing with controlled rage and controlled speed. Go ahead.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that surprised a lot of us and went above expectations, and that's how they finished 13-4. Like, look at Matt Collins. Everybody's like, oh, he's going to be a fifth, sixth receiver on the team and everything. Even myself included. I thought Chase Claypool was going to make the team over him. Like,
that's what we were talking preseason.
Yeah, that's what we were talking preseason until he got hurt. But Matt Collins came in and he was a reliable target.
He was so reliable that
minus the Houston game.
He was so reliable.
He was. No, he
that
really
he caught
was.
no guff for that pregame costume.
Yeah. No, I mean, he was reliable.
No. I'll say it again. He was so reliable, he caught zero guff for that pregame. I'm not saying that costume is anything because it's nothing to me.
Right.
He showed up. That's the guy you extend. You re-sign.
You need to re-sign him. He needs to be re-signed. He needs to, along with the other person too that I really do think that needs to be re-signed, and we'll get into more of this when we get into numbers and things like that. But is Amari Cooper.
Yeah. What, you got something to say?
And
say with your chest, homie.
I'll tell you the reason why that I think that they need to re-sign Amari Cooper. Number one, he came in and his Brandon Beane said it in his press conference. He should have gotten surgery on the wrist. Didn't get surgery. Played through it. Decided to play through it.
Didn't say peep.
Didn't say a word. Didn't get in Josh's face about not getting the ball, anything like that. Just went out, did his job. Took away. We saw it against Denver. We saw it a lot against Denver. When he's on the field, he's taken away Patrick Surtain.
Hey, speaking to everyone, extend Alec Anderson now.
They have to.
Dog.
Yeah.
Dog.
I mean, being able to run the 6 offensive linemen like they do, and basically making James Cook what he is, yes, James
talks shit too.
Yeah, I mean it's
bro talks shit. That's what he does. He ruffles the.
He's Mexicali.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, he's Mexicali.
He doesn't take shit.
We asked him
what penalties that have been thrown on the field with him on the lineup. He's the 6th man. Think about that, 6th man. The amount of penalties and how many get drawn back. He's like, I told you I was over here doing this.
That was a valid point.
Yeah,
but like Eric Wood said, attitude setter.
Mm-hmm.
Because he brings
the noise.
Another N-word. the nasty. So, Maddie, I just want to take this time. Absolute damn pleasure.
Yeah.
Working with you. Not an easy guy to work with. I'm not a person that ever lacks motivation doing this pod with you. I just want to let you know I've seen you grow as a person. I've seen you grown as a commentator, and I think you make this community better. So just want to say thank you. I want to say just thank you to nephew. I want to thank you to Don, to Jake, to Whittle 2K. Whittle going Whittle.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And let me say something.
And beyond.
And let me say something real quickly.
Like the nicest pony in our stable. Beyond.
But I want to say something about Whittle real quick, because it was actually pretty cool to pretty pleasant surprise to see him hop into the hockey hotline stream this morning. And learning that he actually can skate, but he can't go backwards.
Woo woo woo, Kenny woo. Use the brake. Oh, was that Luis Mendoza?
That was Luis Mendoza.
Use the brakes, baby. Thank you to everybody on this network.
Yeah,
past,
definitely,
present.
Definitely had a great time this year, getting to know everybody, getting to bring everybody in, and looking forward to nothing but
welcome, King. Welcome Chase. We got a lot.
You're definitely seeing Chase and Data after the Super Bowl. That's going to be a good show.
Thank you, Thigh Doctor. Thank you, Kev Syracuse.
Banged up Bills.
Coach Fuller.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's someone who is prime for an absolute meltdown, it's
Coach Fuller.
It's Coach Fuller. And you know what the crazy thing is? I'll shout him out real quick. You know what the crazy thing is he played quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
He never tells anybody. He was on the Bucks, he was on the Buffalo Destroyers forever. So I'm going to air you out a little bit, Coach Fuller. The guy knows what he's talking about, and that's who we want to talk to. Nothing but illustrious gets. Matt, who you talking to? As we enter this offseason, I'll do it first.
All right.
I'm talking to Asil Moba. Yo, you're the man. Binocular guy. Helping with the calls. Long time friend. He played Fordham. He's in that locker room. It's always a joy, those post-game speeches, and just seeing how jubilant he was watching McDermott talk. I'm talking to Asil Moba. Hopefully we'll get him on the pod this time. He's a pro personnel scout, everything like that. He is everything Buffalo is, starting at Bowling Green, Syracuse, and he's 7-8 years in now with the Bills. Mm-hmm. So that's a name that's a name to keep an eye on. Matt, who you talking to?
I mean, I'm just,
I'm good.
I'm talking to Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott. Just keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully, you continue to find talent in all those rocks you've been trying to turn over and things like that. And I really think that just keep on the path and do what you did. You said that you were gonna continue to do is keep knocking doors down, keep knocking those doors down, and continue moving forward.
Good to be seen,
right?
right?
Good to be seen.
Good to be seen, Matt.
It's good to be seen.
Welcome, Ty.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast. Love talking about the Bills. Go defense on the draft. That's all I say.
I wanted there. Hey, yo, Matt, good to be seen. Ty, good to be seen.
Good to be seen, guys.
Later, guys. We'll talk to you later. What a show.